Hi, good morning. It's Ayya Vimala, and it is Tuesday, September 22nd. We are officially into fall. That's amazing, isn't it? Officially into fall, and we're still having a little bit of cool weather here. We'll probably go back to some warm for a while in northern Illinois, but it feels pretty good these days. We are able to pick up a hint of the cloudy skies and the smoke from the fires on the West Coast, though. So I'm sure most of the country is having that. Yesterday was the International Peace Day, and I was able to go to Mainstay, the therapeutic farm in nearby in the countryside around here in Richmond, I think would be their municipality. And we celebrated International Peace Day, World Peace Day, and it was a very short celebration and mostly volunteers and people who are on the board and work at Mainstay. And we had horses join us, so that was nice to have. So if you go to the Mainstay's Facebook page, you can see that little celebration. And the horses were some of the ones that I've worked with before. So that was great. So today, what I'd like to do is begin with the peace prayer of St. Francis, thinking about animals and living beings besides humans. The only thing, when I got up this morning, I started listening to the news, and the first thing and the only thing I listened to was the report from Tasmania of over 100, I think 127 whales who beached themselves on the Tasmanian shores. And there were crews of people, 60 people per crew, going out in the freezing waters and trying to help get the whales who are still alive back out into deeper parts of the water. So that was my first contact with the world this morning. So it's not just bad for humans these days. So we're seeing all the animals who are affected by conditions in the world, and we don't really know what for sure with the whales when they beach themselves. But it was a kind of wake-up reminder to this is the world again. This is samsara. So I think on one hand, I'm very glad that I heard that news because I can practice and send metta. But on the other hand, wow, I might need to wait until later into the day to listen to some of the world news. I don't want to hide from it, but some days it's a little bit much to keep dealing with things going on in the world, and we need a break from it. So that's why I wanted to start with the peace prayer of St. Francis. And this prayer is not so much about all the animals, but we all have that image of St. Francis. Even if we didn't grow up being Catholic, we still know that image of the Catholic monk. And although he wasn't a monk, he was a lay person. He never became a monk. But we have that image in our head of that holy person with all the animals on his shoulders, and he's in the woods with the animals, and he is considered the patron saint of animals. So that tenderness he showed, and the response that they gave to him in all of our I wanted to say our Disneyland scenes, and our images of St. Francis makes us remember the creatures and how the creatures were on this earth long before humans. And it's always important for us to remember that, and to remember that their lives are sacred as well as ours. So let's do that peace prayer of St. Francis too. that you can use this as part of a metta practice to think of the whales and the other animals dying in forest fires and not able to get out. And if they could get out, where did they go? Just try to find another forest. So let's begin with this prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. So, we can think about our loved ones, whether they are creatures out in the wild or they are the pets that keep us going day to day and bring joy to ourselves. And I know a lot of the dogs where I live have taken it upon themselves to be therapy dogs. So even when they're out walking, whenever they come by, and if it's me or I have friends over and we're sitting on the outside on the patio, those little dogs are very focused. They want to make sure everybody sitting there has a chance to pet them. And it's as if someone told them, okay, this is the time you need to take over and help these humans and make sure that they have some physical contact with you because they need that. And sometimes the people who are here might be people who have allergies to dogs, or they may just not like dogs, but the dogs don't. The dogs figure that out sooner rather than later, but they still go up to that person and offer them the opportunity to have a little up close and personal contact with it and pet the dogs. So the other thing I would like to do is just do the guided meditation on loving kindness. There's just so much going on. I really love this metta practice. And so between St. Francis and in those images we hold in our minds of him and the peace that we see in him when we see him standing in the woods, being surrounded by the wild creatures, and then the metta practice that is a practice of Buddhists, then it reaches out to all living beings. So it includes all of the animals in the world, our pets in our homes, but also animals in the wild and animals we can't even imagine, we've never seen. And I think today, thinking about those whales and the danger they're in, already I think a third of them have died, and they're trying to, so that leaves another 100 and something out on the beaches, and they're trying to get them back in the water and fighting freezing water conditions. So we really need to send metta, not only to the whales, and but to the rescuers who are fighting for their lives, the whales' lives, in very dangerous, precarious conditions for themselves. But they're there. So we practice metta and gratitude for these saviors in our world. So this is the guided meditation on loving kindness, on metta, or goodwill meditation that I'm taking from Peace and Kindness, this little booklet that I found in my library. Consider this quietly on your own, or get a friend to read it out slowly to you. I love those instructions. So you can listen to me over and over again if you want to have a friend read it to you. So get in your meditation posture that allows you to be comfortable, yet feeling awake and uplifted. You can be on the floor, you can be in a chair, you can be seated, but remember your breathing. Our awareness begins on our breathing, and we're just observing our body breathing for us. So you don't need to force your breath. We have been learning, remember, that we're allowing our body to breathe more deeply. So if you need to, put your hand on your tummy. And we're trying to breathe through our nose as well, but I'm talking. So as you breathe, just be aware that you're allowing your body to take in that oxygen and let it move down deeper in your lungs. Allergies. And if you feel your belly rising a bit and then contracting as you exhale, then you know that your body is getting that oxygen down below the top of your lungs and getting down deeper in your lungs and pushing on your diaphragm. So we want to feel that oxygen. We want to feel our lungs filling up, but don't force it. Just allow your body to breathe that way and see if you can just comfortably be aware of the oxygen getting down deeper into your lungs. Stop for a few moments. Sit quietly with a straight back and gently close your eyes. Feeling the rhythm of the breath as it enters and leaves the body, allow yourself to let go of past and future and come into the present moment, being with exactly what is, and that's now, this present moment. Bring your attention to the feeling of the body, accepting it just the way it is, accepting it with kindness. Allow yourself to accept all the sensations and feelings of the body completely. Breathe in deeply with a sense of trust and well-being. Breathe out, letting go of tension, allowing any tightness to dissolve. Then focus on the normal breathing, just the feeling of breathing in, breathing out. Imagine yourself surrounded by light, perhaps a golden colored light if you like the color gold. Being with the sensation of the body breathing in, breathing out, draw the light into the body as you breathe. Maybe through the nostrils, the heart, or the head. Imagine light saturating the body through every pore. Think to yourself, may this being be well. And turn the calming effect of the meditation towards this being. May this being be calm. Suffuse your whole body with the calm and kindly attention. Then let your awareness explore the body, moving around the head and face. Gradually down the neck, the back, and the chest. down into your arms, spreading right down the fingertips. Then down the legs, all the way down to each toe. Drawing on the good energy of the breath, expanding and embracing the heart. Now, focusing more on the out-breath, let go of the memories, the grudges, the grievances. Let it all go. Let go of the memories on your out-breath, grudges, grievances. Let all of that go in your exhale. Begin again with each breath in. Picture yourself in your mind's eye as you are now. Make peace with this view of yourself through forgiveness, compassion, gentleness. May this being be well. Suffuse this picture with gentle, warm light from the heart, then let it go. So with each breath, breath in, just breathe in that gentle, warm light and let it go. Next, picture your parents. Let them into your mind. Make peace with their image. May you be well, bathing them with soft light, with gratitude. Observe thoughts arising, memories of yourself as a child, perhaps something painful or something you have never made peace with. Let it be in the mind, in the light. Let it be in the mind. Let it be in the light. Then bring up an image of your daily situation, at home or wherever, with the people it involves. People you like or dislike, feel conflict with, love, fear, or worry for. May these beings be well. Put aside aversion, fear, worry, guilt. At this moment, allow yourself to be kind, even only if it's this moment. Experience that feeling. Think of someone you know who is having a difficult time, and these feelings of kindness can be sent towards them. Breathe in light, breathe out wishing them well. Gradually open up more and more from the people you see every day to nobody special. And even those for whom you have hardly a memory. Recognize them as human beings with ambitions, hopes, problems, anxieties, joy. Just like you. Give them some life in your perceptions. and even more remote, acknowledge all the people you can conceive of in this world. This may be a faint feeling, but open up the heart to allow them into consciousness, to be felt. See what the mind does, how it reacts indignantly about some people, maybe like political figures. Let go of that indignation for this moment. Allow a sense of peace to envelop all beings, the liked, the disliked, familiar and unfamiliar. Then imagine the planet Earth, looking at it from space. Extend this sense of peace to the planet we live on, embracing it with your heart, surrounding it with light. I think this is a beautiful place to add in all of the creatures, the whales, the sea creatures, the creatures living at the bottom of our oceans, all the animals roaming the earth way before we were, and all of the creatures on the earth, the ones we've domesticated, the ones who are still wild, as we look at that entire earth from out in space. Think of all the living beings just on this planet. Extend this sense of peace to the planet we live in, embracing it with your heart, surrounding it with light. All the living beings and the planet itself. Now turning your attention to that sense of peace and light, allow it to expand outward without limit, without boundaries, letting the sense of me and the world dissolve in the stillness of the present. I think this is a beautiful practice if you have difficulty sending out metta because of a lack of trust or difficulties with our leaders, with political figures in this difficult time. This is a way to think of it. Looking at that world from afar. This may be as close as we can get, right, for some of us. When we look at the world from afar, surrounding it with light, turning your attention to that sense of peace and light, allow it to expand outwards without limit, letting the sense of me and the other dissolve in the stillness of the present. See our connection with all life. Then turn your attention back in towards itself upon the feeling of knowing the screen of the mind, the place where images arise. Let it be quite empty or quite full, choiceless, being illuminated by the soft light from the heart, light from the breath, warm and gentle, beginning, letting go, patient kindness. Remember that patient kindness. If it's difficult for you these days to send metta, be patient. Allow that kindness to help you disconnect from separation, from me and other, me and the world. But be patient with yourself. Now gently come back to the rhythm of the breath. Observing again your body breathing. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. I think we need to all focus on metta practice. We have difficult days ahead. We've been through difficult days. So practice metta towards yourself. But never forget that we send that metta out then, and we allow it to go to infinity and beyond. This is our great adventure. So suit up properly. That means be ready, be able to sit with yourself, to be with yourself, to see yourself grow and expand further than you ever dreamed possible. So have a beautiful Tuesday, and have a safe. I know many of you live in places where safety is a concern, and now we have another hurricane coming in, just a little south of Houston. It's where a lot of my family lives, so I need to be checking on them later today. But it's everywhere, right? So when we can send metta to those who are in harm's way, and we send it to ourselves as well. So don't forget that practice. It's going to be the practice that most of us need as a survival tool. Okay. Have a beautiful day. Take care. I'll see you Thursday. Bye-bye.